Here with us this morning, welcome a couple guests. There's a big event that's going on this weekend, which is for a really, really good cause. And it's something that now hits even closer to home for even us in here, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. But everybody, welcome to the show. Rich and Steve hanging out this morning.
How you doing?
Talking about a kidney for Jimmy, right?
Absolutely.
Now, Rich, let's start with you first real quick. How did you become involved in all of this? Because we've had you on the show before.
Correct.
And we've actually talked about this before.
Yes.
And now it's kind of round two?
Round two. Yeah, I've been on here before. A lot of people may remember me as Dominic.
Right.
From the former New Era Wrestling.
Right.
The only existing survivor of that. So yeah, I was on here about a year and a half ago, and we did a charity run. And during that charity run, front and center were the Lost Riders. They were a big part of that. They showed up, and we had a big event. And they came forward and front seat, and they just filled the place.
Right.
And that's how I met the Lost Riders, was through that event.
Sure.
And during that event, we had somebody who stepped up and helped at concession, and she donated Coach bags and stuff like that because we were having a really big raffle.
Right.
And that person got hooked and said, I'd like to try.
Right.
See if we can get, the kid needs a kidney. He needs a kidney.
So they were willing to donate their kidney.
They were willing to donate, at least to try.
Right.
Take it one step at a time.
Because it is a screening process.
Yes.
It's like a workup process to try to get a kidney.
Correct.
And from what I understand, it can cost upwards of $5,000 per person just to work them up. And then you work them up all the way up to this point and find out that, maybe they're not a match.
Correct.
Or, there's something that disqualifies them from being able to donate.
And there are a lot of disqualifying.
Right. And it's not like you can get 20 people in a room all willing to donate a kidney and everybody gets worked up at once, and then the person that needs a kidney just goes, okay, I want that one, and you pick it out like it's a buffet.
Right.
I mean, it takes this workup process, and they do the workup process one at a time.
Well, the individual themselves has to kind of build up the muster.
Right.
And then it's a process that's not a one-day process.
Sure.
Either it's test after test after test, and it becomes weeks and weeks and weeks.
Right.
And so at any point in time, a lot of people go, this is taking forever. I'm getting scared. The hard part's coming.
Right.
But this person hung on there, and we even got to a point where we had a scheduled surgery, and issues happened, and they got postponed a couple of times, and now we've been redirected down to Fort Lauderdale and starting all over again. Mm-hmm. Jimmy's been approved.
Right.
So that's as we stand today, and the donor's going through her part of the second round.
Sure.
And she's 3/4 of the way through.
Right.
And she's already got the results of that first 3/4, and she's been approved for up to this point. We've still got some tests left to do.
Right.
But I can just tell you that a lot of people have walked up to her, that the few people that know have walked up to her and said she's an angel. Mm-hmm. I know firsthand that she's an angel.
Right.
There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I know this person will not waver one bit.
Right. So she's going to be the donor.
Absolutely.
As long as
they'll work with her, she's going to be there front and center, and she's going to do what she can to be there. I mean, I know this because, a lot of people don't know this, but it's my wife.
Right. And she's the one that's stepping up and donating her kidney,
yes.
Right?
She's been with this since day one, and she's not, it's been over a year, and it's been a long process. And
it's incredible.
She has not wavered.
Man. And so, also, now tell us a little bit about Jimmy. Jimmy is, he's the guy that needs the kidney.
Yes, 21 years old. I mean, his life, like we all know, at 21, is just about supposed to be starting.
Right. In the prime of your life at 21.
Prime of your life. That's when everything begins. That's when you can legally do whatever you want. And,
right.
And he's not getting the opportunity that a lot of us, some of the medications he have doesn't even let him go out in the sun.
Right.
So, and with the kidney and stuff like that, I mean, it's tough. You live in Florida, you got water, and you can't go out and do the things. We met Jimmy. He was the cousin of our heavyweight champion at the time, big time Tim Serrago.
Right.
Tim was the one that approached me and said, "Hey, can you do this event for us?"
Tim has been here a bunch of times.
Yes.
Yeah, good dude.
Yep. Yeah, he approached me and said, "Hey, you got that face. You want to get on TV and radio and see if you can help Jimmy?" And I said, "Sure,
right.
We'll do that." And so he's the one that he was the catalyst for the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So props to Tim for that. And Jimmy was actually trying out to be one of our referees.
Sure.
And it got to a point where physically he just started feeling very drained.
Yeah.
Now he had the lupus since he was a kid.
Right.
and it just started to
Which
get
is a contributing factor.
Yes, a very contributing
also
factor.
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
You know, things like that.
Yes.
Right? Could cause kidney disease. And
Absolutely.
the thing about the kidney is that a lot of the time you won't even know. Like, you don't even know that something's wrong unless you go get regular checkups and all that other stuff.
Correct.
Like, if protein shows up in your urinalysis, then the doctor knows, okay, there might be a problem with the kidneys here, and then they go in and they start checking that kind of stuff out. But a lot of people don't go in for regular checkups either.
That's my case. I'm like no doctor. So yeah. I could potentially be rotted from the inside out.
You never know.
Not know. Yeah, exactly. But he pretty much wasn't feeling well. He wasn't physically able to do this stuff. He went for a checkup, and he found out shortly after that he had the end stage renal disease.
Right.
Which once you hear the word end stage, what are my options here? You need a kidney.
Yeah. You need, and on top of that, probably dialysis until that comes in.
He has dialysis almost every day of the week.
Every day. Yeah. And probably a couple hours a day.
Hours a day, every day. I mean, certain foods you can't eat, certain things you can't do. So, I mean, you're 21 years old and it's like you're handcuffed.
Yeah.
As far as life.
Now, Steve, you're with the Lost Riders, right? And first of all, the Lost Riders is a local organization, right?
Yes,
and
yes,
you guys are a riding organization, right? Riding club.
Correct.
How many members in Southwest Florida do we have?
Right now, we're right at about 73 members.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's a big group of people. And tell me what the Lost Riders do. What is your main focus?
Well, we're a nonprofit organization, and basically we're here to help give people a hand up.
Right.
We support the local music around here, the club, the groups, the clubs. But our biggest thing is we do a lot of fundraisers for families in need, children in need, like Jimmy. I've known Jimmy since he was 4 years old, so this kind of gets close to my heart with his father. And we looked at this as a opportunity to help. I did not know until yesterday that Dominic's wife was the angel that did this.
Right.
And we can do everything that we can do to try and help, put money together.
Sure.
But without that donor,
I
mean, think about it. We complain about a headache. We stub our toe.
Yeah.
This lady is going to give part of her anatomy to this boy to make sure that he lives, and that touches us. So we've taken this. I've taken this to heart. My wife has. The rest of the club has, and we've put this together, and it's going to be one of our bigger events.
That's huge. And for anybody that doesn't know, I mean, Lost Riders motorcycle, riding group, guys do all these charity events. I mean, I was at Bikers for Babies at Six Bends.
Yes, sir.
You guys were a big part of that.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you guys do a lot of really good work for the community and stuff. And so there's an event that's going on this coming Saturday, right?
Correct.
And it starts and ends at Six Bends Harley Davidson.
That's right.
And we know the people who are at Six Bends very well. Like they've been really good to us. They advertise on our station. I'm down there a bunch. I know people over there. I know like all the salespeople, and our friend Jeff Hickox, who used to work with us. He works down there, and he was instrumental in putting all this together as well. So we want to thank the people from Six Bends Harley Davidson. But this coming Saturday, starting at Six Bends, and that starts at what time? What time is registration?
Registration's at 9:30.
9:30.
We're going to do registration starts at 9. Excuse me.
Okay.
Kickstands up at 10:30.
Right.
We're going to actually search for kidney parts. And when you get all your kidney parts, you come back to Six Bends.
Right.
Turn all your information in, and you're put in for a drawing for a grand prize.
What is the grand prize?
I can't tell you right now. I'd have to take you out back.
Right.
Basically, we've got some other really nice raffle prizes and some auction stuff that we're going on with. Anthony's on the Boulevard has donated the food for us.
Very nice.
So there's a lot of good sponsors that have stepped up to this that's helping out. So it's going to be a good run.
That's really cool. So it's like a scavenger hunt.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
And it's like the anatomical parts of a kidney, you put them all together, and you come back to Six Bends, and you can win an awesome prize.
Yeah, which means we're going to need some good, smart teams out there, because there's going to be teams of 4, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right.
And I'm hoping I got Brian on my team.
Yeah. You got to know the anatomy of a kidney.
Yeah.
In order to make that happen. Right. We'll get into all that.
You down to ride Saturday?
Sure.
Absolutely. All right.
Absolutely.
I got my partner, so I'm ahead of the game here, guys.
Yeah, man. Definitely. What do people need to do? I mean, what does it cost to register? Is there
It's
a cost to it?
$20 per bike, so that's rider and passenger on the bike.
Nice.
If you don't have a bike, You can bring a car, and you can have as many people in the car as you can fit for $20
That's
registration.
Really cool. I like that.
So all my Puerto Rican friends, you should have no problem coming out.
There'll be 40 people in a car.
That's right.
Like it's a clown car.
What do you got, a Kia?
Yeah, right.
Volkswagen.
It's a two-seater.
Yeah. It's a Prius.
Right. Well, man, that's really cool, and this is going to be a great event. And you know, the thing is that a lot of people don't understand about kidney disease is that it's not just as easy as finding somebody to donate a kidney. You guys both show up at the hospital the same day, same time, cut out one, put it into the other, boom, you're done.
There's a ton of things that have to match.
That goes into it, leading up to the procedure, but then afterwards you're talking about anti-rejection medication and things.
Which he'll be on for his life.
Right. I mean, and we're talking, tens of thousands of dollars per year just in order to, and that's even with health care,
Correct.
to try to cover these costs. So obviously everybody that shows up and everybody that, pays the registration fee, that's going to go towards leading up to and then after all this is over, being able to help out Jimmy Serrago.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Also, I mean, if you don't want to ride and you don't want to participate, we've put together a pretty good show there. We've got 3 bands that are playing.
Oh, cool.
Bite the Bullet's playing.
I like Bite the Bullet.
Straight from the Tap has actually gotten back together.
Really?
And this is going to be their first event that they're playing at.
Wow.
So there's going to be a lot of, just come down,
Right.
Make a donation.
If you can't come down at all, get on Jimmy Serrago's page. He has a GoFundMe.
Right.
And we'd like to get some money into that account and get that moving a little bit too. So if you're hearing our story and you'd like to be a part of it and you can't show up, get on that GoFundMe and hit it.
Absolutely. And yeah, GoFundMe, and it's Jimmy Serrago. That's Serrago.
Yes.
Right. There you go. So you can donate there, and obviously Sixpence Harley Davidson. That's going to be a good time on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm warning everyone out there. I got Brian on my team.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We might come back. We might win the grand prize.
Hey, oh yeah.
Is that a challenge?
That's a challenge. Yes,
Right.
sir.
What's next for the Lost Riders? What else are you guys up to?
We've got a couple of fundraisers coming up. We've got one for a burn victim. We're working on one right now for a family whose house caught on fire and burned.
Right.
We're trying to do stuff for them. So we've got stuff planned till the end of the year.
Yeah, you guys are always busy.
And we do the Adopt a Family program as well at the end of the year with Ray Gordon and them. So it's a big event that we do.
And if people want to get in contact with the Lost Riders, like say they want to join, like say they're a local rider, they want to be part of this organization, and do you guys accept new members anytime, or how does that work?
We've got a process. Like any other organization, we want to check you out and make sure you check us out. So there's a hang-around period, and then we've got the prospecting period, and at the end of that, we make a decision. If you want to be part, then we patch you in.
Yeah. Right on.
Can you get like your 1%er patch?
No, sir.
It's not that kind of club, Ramo. These are motorcycle enthusiasts.
Can we start?
We're not
I want to
talking-
join.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's going to be a great event, and again, it's this coming Saturday at Sixpence Harley Davidson. Registration is at 9, and the kickstand's up at 10:30. But again, you could be in a car, and you don't even have to be part of the ride or the scavenger hunt or anything like that. You could just show up at Sixpence Harley Davidson. There's going to be raffles galore. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be bands. There's going to be a lot of fun, and
just come out and show some love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show some love.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Rich.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll see you this coming Saturday. Sixpence
All right,
Harley
man.
Davidson.
Thank you.
See you there.
Break. We'll be back.